Yeah, you have to tell me after. Tell me, I want to hear your experience. Yeah, so have your palms on the floor or on blocks, or just have the blocks nearby. It's always good to have them. You never know how you're gonna feel. Most of us probably feel short and tight. So um, just kind of go with it today. Let your seat drop back towards your heels. Energize your arms forward and connect to your breath. Yeah, if you do nothing else but connect to your breath, I mean, that's a successful yoga practice. That is the goal. So inhale through the nose to the back of the throat, exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. And just begin to feel that steady stream of energy moving through your body. So it is a busy time of year. You know, temperature's changing, energy's moving around. If you feel like you need a break, just take it. Activate your hands, lift your forearms. Yes. And feel the length from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. Feel the tops of the feet press into the mat. Great. 2 more cycles of breath. So we're just going to move steadily this morning. So from child's pose, you're going to press up onto into a tabletop position, but you're going to bring your weight forward like this. So you're going to be on your knees with your thigh bones on a tilt. You're going to lower halfway. You're going to re-straighten your arms, and you're going to slide your seat back to your heels. You're just going to do that a few times just to begin to feel movement, okay? So you come forward. Yep, halfway down. Re-straighten using core. Seat to heels. Just start to link breath and movement. Rock forward, halfway down, re-straighten, seat to heels. Good. One more. Come forward, halfway down, re-straighten, seat to heels. And on this child's pose, see if you can extend a little further forward with your fingers and a little further back with your seat. Good. Then we'll press up onto all fours into a traditional tabletop position. Your tops of the feet can be down or the toes can be curled, totally up to you. We'll sink the spine down and look forward, and then we'll round the spine deeply and look in. Good. So just like that, basic movement this morning, nothing fancy, nothing fancy schmancy. Sink the spine down and look forward, and then just round and look in. And then just moving on your breath and just feeling your body this morning. Outer triceps feel like they're gripping. Good. Do 2 more. And then you'll come to neutral. Yes. Walk your hands just a tad more forward and widen them a tiny bit. Curl the toes into the mat. Lift your knees an inch from the ground and hover them. Yep. Nope, you're just a little bit more forward because you're going to go into a down dog, so you need a little bit of a longer stance. There you go. So your knees are just hovering an inch. Your hands are set up because they're going to go to down dog. Good. And then slowly start to lift your seat up and back. Now, as your hips lift, spread your toes wide and may or may not need to bend your knees a little bit or a lot this morning, just depending on the hamstring, flexibility. So begin to feel the center of the heels. Yes. And then you could pedal it out. You could move your right leg. You could move your left leg. And then find some stillness here in the down dog. Spread the palms wide. Thumbs, index finger, baby finger, press down into the mat. Outer triceps grip in. Yeah, shoulders move away from your ears. The pit of the belly draws in and up. That's it. Quiet your mind. Good luck with that. That's the hardest part. The hardest part is quieting the chatter. It's like constant conversation. Yes, right? Constant conversation. Like my 10-year-old. She's constantly chit-chatting. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? It's like, the boys don't talk at all and the girls don't shut up. I'm like, what is she talking about? She's even singing in the shower. I was like, Jesus, wow. Good. Roll forward to plank position. And there's only one song in the shower. I was like, it's the same song. It's the same song. Yeah, scream singing. Lead a little with your heart and chest. You got to laugh when you can. Feel your outer triceps grip and a soft little bend of your elbows just because you don't want to go into hyperextension. Yes. Breathe. Feel the ground beneath you. It's got you. And reconnect with your breath as you hold your plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. So now your hands and feet most likely found their place. So you're set. Roll forward plank position, all the way forward in one straight line of energy. Try to think about leading a little bit more with your chest. You can drop your knees if you need to, lower halfway to a push-up that works for you. So if you're not feeling the regular traditional push-ups, modify with your knees down. Re-straighten your arms. That looks good, Jess. Plank position. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Good. So a couple times. Roll forward plank. We're just trying to get the juices flowing here. Plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Make a push-up that works for you. Elbows by your side body. Re-straighten your arms to a plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. When you lift, try and lift from your inner thigh. Point your right toes, come forward and hug your right knee towards your navel. Give it a good little squeeze. Arms are straight up and down. Re-extend your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your right knee in and up. Give it a good little squeeze. One more time. Re-extend the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your right knee in and pause. Hug it in tight and close to you. And then just look forward to the front edge of the mat with your eyes and step your right foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips and then spring to the top of the mat in one piece. Feet can be together, a little separated, up to you. Long spine on the inhale breath. Hands can come to your shins if that's not working out. Exhale, fold into yourself, let it go. Try that again. Inhale, long spine, create some length for your body and your mind. Exhale the breath, fold into yourself, keep your weight forward, ladies. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Good. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Take two big steps to get yourself back to plank. 1, 2. Great. Halfway to a push-up. Find one that you know you can maintain. Revisit plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. When you lift, try and lift from your inner thigh and keep your hips aligned. Point your left toes, come forward and hug your left knee in towards your navel. Give it a good little squeeze. Re-extend that left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. So just working on some joint mobility. Come forward, hug your left knee and give it a good little squeeze. Re-extend that left leg up and back, a little higher, a little more power. Come forward, hug it in and hold. Hold it there for a beat. Look forward with your eyes and then step the left foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Step the right foot forward to meet it. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Take your time this morning. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare yourself. You're going to step to plank. 1, 2. Halfway to a push-up. This time, peel yourself through a back bend of choice. So back bends could be up dog or baby cobra, or take it out altogether. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. You pick. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. So just like that, easy keeled, even keeled. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to set it up. You can step. If you're feeling springy this morning, you're welcome to hop, but you have to land in a low push-up. That was good. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Land light. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees. Forward fold. Let your head fall. Long spine to set you up, step or float through your vinyasa. So you're going to make it work for you this morning, adding or subtracting what you need. Hips go up and back, down dog. I think the blocks are helpful, Meredith. Yeah. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. You guys look really happy. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Yeah. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float your vinyasa. Nice and light. The up dog is smooth. Try not to rush through those transitions. Great. Hips go up and back, down dog. One more. Arms stay straight. Just build some momentum, guys. Look where you want to go. Hop or step to the top. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Feel the ground. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Last one of these. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. Nice. Up dog is smooth. You want to press even. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back. Point your right toes. Activate your right leg. So when you lift the leg, like really feel like you're powerful. Come forward, hug your right knee straight in. Step the right foot forward and through. Walk your right foot a tad to the right. Come to your fingertips. So when you're here, be on your fingertips. Let your shoulders slide down your back, okay? And lift the fingertips just an inch from the ground. So you're really requiring your core to engage and your legs to kind of zip themselves up. Your right hip has to grip in. Your back left leg has to fire up. And then you start to rise, high lunge, crescent lunge. You can go straight up with the arms. That's great. Yep. So where are you collecting tension? Because it happens to all of us. Sometimes it's in your face. Sometimes it's in your neck and shoulders. Yeah. See if you could relax. Like be in the pose, support the pose, but don't be in a place that you feel like you're tensing. Yeah. That's it. Keep the torso the way it is. Just bring your arms forward, just your arms. Yeah, wrap your left arm underneath your right arm. So just eagle the arms for a moment. Step up into an eagle. It may not be your prettiest eagle, so that, it could be a floppy eagle. Wrap the left leg around the best that you can and continuously bending your right leg in half like you're sitting in a chair. Yeah, perfect. Steer your knees a little to the left and the upper body a tad to the right. And then lift the elbows up rather than feeling like you're yanking down on the shoulders. Lift them up. That's going to give you more of an even stretch, the upper shoulder blades. Keep the legs tight. Just unravel your arms. Slide back into warrior one. Step all the way back, warrior one. Take a big step back in warrior one and scoot your right foot a little bit more to the right. So it's a wider positioning. Drop your arms alongside your body. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. And exhale, come forward. So when the feet are a little wider, there's a little bit more room to get down in there. Yeah, which we need. Yeah. What's burning? Your thigh is burning? Yeah. The outer blade of your back left foot anchors you. The left quadricep engages and your right hip continuously grips in. Couple more breaths. Stay with it, guys. You're doing great. Start to lift the torso, but keep the bind. Straighten the right leg on track. Keep the bind. Pick up the right toes. Pivot around towards the mirrored wall. If you can keep the bind, that's great. Inhale the breath, open the chest. Exhale, fold. See how it feels, Pam, if it's too much in the shoulder. Everybody, just keep in mind, if it's too much on your shoulders, the simple solution is just to drop your hands down to the floor or blocks and modify that way, okay? Yeah. If you are staying engaged in the bind, the goal is to bring the clasp hands kind of away from the base of the spine, closer to the base of your head. Yeah. And soften behind your knees. Stay with it. Yes, your knees need as much bend as they need to support the pose. So some days that's going to be greater than others. Looks good, Zoe. Slide your hands to your hips, guys. Good. Just your hips. Come halfway up, pause. You're not going to come all the way up though. I want you to take the fingertips on the ground out in front of you. So from this halfway position, you're just creating support for yourself. The fingertips are on the ground and your spine stays very long. And then you're going to crawl to the front edge of the mat. Your right heel, your right foot's going to be forward. Your left heel is going to be lifted. The left palm's going to go flat. The right arm's going to peel. We're going into an easy twist here. A block is helpful if you know you're tighter and shorter in your neck or shoulders or just need a little bit of lift. Keeping your left hand down, all you're going to do is drop your left knee on the ground and we're going to go into a modified side plank. If you'd like to wing your left leg out towards the mirrored wall for a little extra support, that is an option. So one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this is that if you need to just stay more lifted on days that it is bothering you, this is a really great way to just work on core balance. You could just take the arms out completely if you need to. Yeah, and just kind of play around with that as an option. Great. Right hand down, right foot flat. Yep, left knee lifts. You're in a plank position. Plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Good work. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your left knee, and this left side may be completely different than the right side. Let's see. Let's test the good old thinker. Go ahead and step your left foot forward and through. Be in a low lunge, but pause. Walk your left foot just a snag to the left. Megan, walk your left foot more to the left. Yeah. Back leg's like gripping up in and up. Come to the fingertips and then lift the fingertips and slide the shoulders down the back and immediately draw the navel to the back of the spine. So your legs are powering up the pose. That's it. Keep all that and then arms start to move forward and up as you rise into this crescent lunge. If there's tugging on the lower back, just tip your torso just a tad forward. And sometimes that gets you out, okay? So if there's a will, there's a way. We can find our way through any of these poses with a little bit of modification. It is possible. Keep the torso where it is. Just bring your arms forward, just the arms. Wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. So I want you to feel the arms first. Lift the elbows up and get that shoulder blades to begin to open. And then step up into regular eagle, full eagle. The trick with the eagle, as you know, is to bend into that standing left leg, like a chair pose. Getting the foot to come around the calf is completely optional. Nice work. Steer the knees a little to the right and upper body just a tad to the left. A little bit more breath. Squeeze down the center line. Keep the legs the way they are. Just unravel the arms. Just the arms unravel first. Feel that. Then unravel the right leg and take a generous step back, warrior one. When you set up your feet for warrior one, scooch your left foot just a little bit more to the left today. Drop your arms alongside your body. Interlace the grip. If you can remember the opposite thumb, opposite baby finger option, switch it up. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, fold down the center. So a humble warrior with a little bit of wider positioning with the feet. Your left hip grips in, your right thigh bone steers forward. Outer blade of your right foot presses eagerly into the mat, and you begin to feel. Looks good. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Keep the legs strong, keep the arms strong. Start to lift the torso slow. Keep the arms bound for a beat. Straighten the left leg on track. Pick up the foot and pivot towards the feel good, do good. Inhale the breath, open the heart and chest. Exhale, go down the center. Yes, if you need to ditch the grip, that's fine. Hands can come to the floor. Blocks, any variation of a wide straddle here is acceptable. So just find something that works for you, that feels good. A little bit more weight forward into the fronts of your feet. That may require more of a bend. Yeah, the breath sounds great, guys. You're really kicking it up. So slide your hands to your hips, everybody. Come halfway up and just pause. Find extension in your torso. Then bring the fingertips on the ground, kind of underneath your nose. Yes, keep that length. Then crawl around to the front skinny edge of the mat. The left foot forward, the back right heel lifted. Right hand tense, left arm peels. You go into your easy twist. Looks great. So experiencing each pose that we hit, not just being in it because we're saying, let's go to it. Right hand goes firm. You can keep it on the block if that works for you. Right knee drops. You're going to wing it out if you need help with the balance, and you'll step into your modified side plank. These look great. When you lift your top leg, flex the foot and see if you can get your foot in line with your hip. In this, sometimes if I feel tight in my neck and shoulders, I even come to my fingertips and it kind of gets me out. Yeah. And then becomes a little bit more of a balance. Two more. Left hand down, left leg firm into the mat. So curl those toes and then slide your right leg back to join it. Plank position, one piece. Plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra, pick your poison. Hips go up and back, down dog. Nice work. You're like, can I go home now? Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine, fold. Let's find our way to chair. Feet together or a little separated. Stick your butt back and let the natural curve of your spine happen. Good. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So from the top here, let's piece it all together. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in our heels for chair. Sit way down. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Step or float through your vinyasa. So make this work for you this morning. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. You root to rise, warrior one. So now we are moving breath to breath. Obviously, if you need more than that, you take what you need. To the floor we go, chaturanga. So it's not too fast. It's not too slow. It's just right for you. When you hit your dog, that's immediately when you step your left foot forward. You're just stringing along the poses. To the floor we go, chaturanga push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. I just want to link them today. Long spine, fold. Weight in the heels for chair. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. Sit way back. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your version. You take out the push-ups or the back bends if they don't work today. You can just hold down dog. You can hold plank. Right foot forward, warrior one. So just step it forward and through and rise. The back foot's the anchor. There you go. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Just nice, sleek, clean movements. Nothing's jerky. Everything's just smooth. Left foot forward when you're ready. These look great. Chaturanga, to the floor we go. Less thinking and more feeling. You're on your way. Arms stay straight. We're going to do one more. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Long spine, fold in half. Weights in your heels for chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Here we go. Arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Sit way down. There you go. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. step or float vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, root to rise, warrior one. To the floor we go through your version. Left foot forward and through and you're set. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Peel yourself to the back bend and then meet in a down dog and hold. Down dog. You got it. Let's look to the top, step or float our feet there. Long spine, fold in half. We're going to sit into a little chair, okay? Yeah, just a little chair. Little chair. A Barbie chair. Okay, float the right foot and cross the right ankle and make a figure four. I think we could all benefit from this. Good. So as you flex your right foot, steer your hips back. Then start to lead with your chest. There you go. Then we'll come down. If you want to use the floor blocks to kind of get in there, this is going to be a great little hip opener. You got it. So my trick to you is that the goal is to start flexing the foot around the outside of that left tricep. And that's going to kind of get you in. Perfect. Yes, alignment looks very good. One other thing to think of, if you feel like you're coming down and just dumping your chest down, try coming higher up onto the blocks of your fingertips. You can kind of almost think about creating a little bit of an up dog. It's not going to actually happen, but more of an openness through the chest. Yes. Good work. Stay for a few more breaths. So just want to get into that hip this morning, get everything nice and juicy. So without, letting your foot touch the ground, bring your hands to prayer, lift the torso, float the right foot, step back into that little tiny chair pose, little tiny Barbie chair. Lift the left foot, cross the left ankle, just trying to stay in that kind of chair-ish. And then reach forward, way out, and then set it up here. This side feels worse. It's funny. It's like one side you think feels worse, and then you get in and you realize that the other side's actually worse. They're both really bad. Yeah, they both just feel bad. But you get to the posture, you make the little adjustments so you could get into it and start to feel. That's why I say be high on the blocks, be on your fingertips, flex the foot around the outside of that calf so you could begin to feel. Yeah, and then just breathe. Couple more breaths. So to get out, come out slow, hands to your heart, start to lift up, float the left foot, a little baby chair, and then dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. We're going to step, float, skip, or crawl to get back. Move yourself through a vinyasa here. The up dog should feel pretty good. Press through the tops of the feet if you can. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Yeah, step the right foot smack in between your hands, but stay low, don't come up. Yep, take your block to the outside of that right foot and turn your back foot on a sharp warrior two angle. Go high with the block if you feel like the hip is still not quite, lubricated and warmed up. And then peel that left arm open. So it's a variation from the ground up. Perfect. The only negative of getting in this way is sometimes the stance is a little shorter, so you kind of have to make it longer as you're in it, but that's okay. Roll that right thigh open. Now you have a choice with that top left arm. Obviously if your shoulder feels crummy this morning, keep your hand close to you, straight up and over. Grip your right hip under you and turn your ribs. You want to lean back just a tad with your chest. Sometimes that gets you where you need to go. And then kick up the breath. Left arm straight up towards the sky. Okay, just reach it straight up. Look down and step right into your Ardha. So just kind of gear that block forward enough that you can step straight up into Ardha Chandrasana and continue the theme of the practice, which is just like kind of opening. You're like a flower blooming this morning. Yeah, if you feel like you want to bind or not bind or think about a bind or dream about a bind, you could do any of those or none of those. You know, some days just keeping it basic is what we need. Some days we feel like exploring. Either which way, see if you could pay attention to the lightness of that bottom hand and the steering of your right ribs towards the ceiling. Nice. It's always a good idea to soften that front right knee just a tad. Perfect. Couple more breaths. Soften behind that right knee a little bit. Take a giant step back or maybe 2 steps, warrior two. So now you take the opportunity to find the warrior two. Set it up that your feet aren't all over the place. Your front right foot and your back left foot intersect in some which way. Your right foot's always forward and your back toes are always turned in just a tad. Pay attention to the right knee. Make sure it's rolling open. Your side ribs are long and you're energizing through both your arms as even as you can. And then close your eyes and settle into it and allow yourself to just feel the warrior two, the lengthening of the tailbone, the softening of the shoulders, the jaw, the face, and the anchoring of the feet. As we hold, we fatigue and our body leans. So see if you can start to even it out a little. Keep the arms active. Don't let them drop. Straighten your right leg on track. Reach out, find triangle with a little bit of a wider position today, unless it doesn't feel good for you. Then you step your foot in. A block to the outside of the right calf is helpful. Yeah, place it up low, medium, or high. You want your shoulders sliding down your back. So it's like you're in a side plank. Yeah. There's a little lean back action. There's gripping of your inner and outer thighs, and your side ribs are long. If the neck starts to feel funny, just look sideways or look down. Yep. A little more breath. Stay with it. Circle it to the floor. Let's hit plank. When you hit plank, halfway to your push up. Peel yourself through an up dog. Stay even. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step your left foot smack in between your hands. Don't come up. Grab your block, slide it to the outside of that left foot. Turn your back foot sharp on its warrior two angle. From the ground up, extended side angle A. So maybe start with the block on a higher setting. You can always adjust as we kind of settle into it. Make sure the stance is wide enough and long enough so you could really catch the gripping of that left hip. Jess, it looks great. Amy, really nice. And the turning of those bottom ribs. Then the right arm has the room to kind of decide what it needs. Top arm straight up and forward. Maybe just hanging out on your hip today. Wrapping it around. Anything goes. So the goal is to get to the posture and then hold the posture and let the posture kind of happen. Keep steering that left hip under you. Keep taking your ribs, your left ribs, and turning them towards the ceiling. Right arm straight up towards the sky. Stay close to the ground. Just move the block forward and step up into Ardha. So just move the block forward enough that your side ribs stay long. Yeah. Sometimes when you step from that, the foot starts to turn. So just make sure your left foot's forward. Soften behind that left knee as much as you may need. Bottom ribs turn. And then add in whatever you did on the other side. If you just kept it basic, that's cool. Work on the balance, work on the lightness. Say a couple more breaths, even if you fall out. Get back in. You try it again. Soften the front knee and then take your step back, warrior two. Look down and check in with your alignment. Left foot, back right foot on the same line of energy. Long enough, big enough stance that you can lengthen your tailbone and sit. Roll the left thigh open. Yeah. Spread the collarbone in the chest and begin to really feel through your fingertips. Yeah, if your shoulder ever bothers you in this, you can do a few things. You can have your hands on your hips, obviously, your hands in prayer. Sometimes I even let my hands rest on the top of my head and it feels like I could just be in the pose a little longer. So you move how you need to move. Close your eyes and settle in a few more breaths. Keep the arms very active. Straighten the left leg on track. If you can keep this distance, give it a whirl. If not, step your back foot and find your version of Trikonasana triangle pose. If you're pulling up on your shin, feel like you're pulling your pant leggings up your leg. If you're using the block, set it up so it's directly underneath your shoulder. Let's go here. Side ribs are long. Yeah, you can always soften that front knee. Soften the front knee, Lila. Just a little bit. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Stay with it. Couple more breaths. Good things are happening. Plank position. To the floor we go. Chaturanga. Up dog pulls you through your body. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, crescent lunge. Stay with the program, guys. We're almost there. Crescent lunge. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Lean out, hook the elbow, and let's twist together. Crescent with a twist. Make sure your stance is long enough and wide enough. That is a good little trick. Back leg should be set up like you could step right into a plank. That's it. You can always modify with the knee down. Mm-hmm. Or take an easy twist, which is a nice version of this as well. Activate your back leg and then lean back a tiny bit so you get the crown of the head to kind of line up. Two more. Hands to the floor, pause. Step to the top of the mat, feet together if possible. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale the breath, fold. Weight in your heels for chair. Drag the hands back to prayer. Inhale that breath. We're going the same direction. Take it twisting to the right. Watch that your left knee doesn't slide past your right knee. That's generally coming from your hips. Weight stays back. Spine stays long. Point the right elbow towards the sky and twist open. Chair pose, pull it around. Press to stand, drag it to prayer. Separate your feet hips width distance. Yes, hips width distance. Step your left foot back about 3 feet. So I actually want to do this. Reach your arms back and slide them up your back, the reverse prayer. So obviously if you can't get them way up because your shoulder's tight, it's going to be down low. Another option is to grab opposite elbows or knuckle the wrist, or knuckle the hands, okay? Inhale the breath, soft bend in the front knee. Exhale the breath, you're going to fold. You're going to fold over your front leg. As you fold, you want to keep creeping your hands up that mid back. So what happens is that as you fold, they like to slide down. Keep shifting the weight more into that front leg, and then that right hip will lift up. Good. Come halfway up. Pause. Slide your hands to your hips. Stay halfway lifted. Right hand stays on hip, left arm reaches way out. So it's like we're shaking hands. Steer your right hip back and then set up for twisting triangle. So use your block if it's there. Right hand can be on the flat part of your back. The block, set it up so it's high enough so you're not out of your shoulder. And then if you're capable, it feels good in your body to peel that right arm open and give it a whirl. Take a bigger step, Mar. Well, a little longer, I think. You feel it in your hamstring today. Take a smaller step. The next best option. Stay with it, guys. Hands to the earth. Down dog is where we're going. Just step into a dog, and then roll forward to plank. Yeah. Halfway to your push up. Drag it through an up dog. Feel. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step the left foot forward, crescent lunge. Let's get it done. Rise. Drag it to prayer at heart. Lean way out. Hook the elbow and twist. Yes. Grip your left hip in, activate your back leg. There's a little lean back action here. So I always think like if you have your hair in a pony or a bun, lean that pony or bun back a little to get it lined up with that back right heel. The breath is still guiding you. Yes. Stay with it. Couple more breaths. Hands to the floor, pause. Step to the top, feet together, a little separate if you like that better. Long spine on the in. Exhale the breath, fold. Let's sit together in chair. Drag your hands to prayer, inhale, and let's hook and twist the same direction towards the mirrored walls. The right elbow hooks to the outside of that left thigh, and the right knee likes to get a little funky and slide forward. So steer your hips back. Look sideways or look up. Try not to look back. We generally round the spine when we do that. Musical tunes. Chair pose, pull it around. Good work. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. You got this, guys. Separate your feet, hips width distance. Keep the left foot where it is. Step the right foot back about 3.5 feet. Yeah. Drop your arms alongside your body. Slide your hands in a reverse prayer or an option of that up your back. You can go opposite forearm, opposite elbow, fist your knuckle together. Inhale the breath, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, come down the center. So I always have to bend my front leg a lot in this pose. Yeah, like it looks like a warrior one. That's fine. Think about lifting a little, like kind of transferring a little bit more weight to your front leg. And that's how we get that hip up. Yeah, and feel your feet on the ground. Slide your hands to your hips. Come halfway up, pause. The extension of the back leg and the side ribs is what's going to make this pose. The left hand stays on your hip, your right arm reaches way out. So there's a lot of good extension. Reach forward. And then from there, you set up your twisting triangle because you're halfway there. Pick the height of the block and where you want it to go. Left hand on the flat part of your back, or you could peel it open. That's it. Anchor that back leg if possible. Steer your hips back and the crown of the head forward. So it's a big pose, but when you get here at the end of the practice or near the end of the practice, it should feel like you're able to open. You're able to twist. You're able to stay for an extra breath or two. Two more. Plank position. Step right back. Yeah, lean on that right hand and go right to your side plank here. Yeah, if you need to take a modified version, please do. Forearm can come down. You could take what we did earlier with the knee down. You could stagger the feet, top arm straight up or up and over your ear. Two hips have to align, so your bottom hip and your top hip are stacked up. Plank, slow. So before you go to the other side, just scoot your left hand an inch forward, set it up, and then roll right into it. So your body is nice and in one straight line of energy. It's a nice, smooth transition. Stagger the feet, separate the feet, whatever you need to do here. Watch the top right hip doesn't peel too far open. It stays over that bottom hip. That's it. Stay with it. Good. Right hand down, plank. Listen carefully. Lower your knees, your chest, your chin to the floor. So you're going to sliver forward to a baby cobra. Yeah, baby cobra. You slide your hands back a little. Baby cobra. Good. Seat to heels, child's pose. Good work. Nice work. Stay with me. We're almost there. You'll be on with your day. Downward facing dog. You knew it wouldn't be long. Down dog. And let's slide our right knee forward and enjoy half pigeon. Right. We've done everything. So we got to do this. We got to do a little back bending, a little mild twisting, 700 abs, and then we'll send you on your way. Yeah. Fold. Stay a little longer. Enjoy dropping into that right hip. Feel the length of that back left leg. Feel your breath filling up the space, the shape. Switch left side. Just go from a dog or a tabletop, however you get there, right to the left side. And then melt. Melt your way in. Start to come up nice and slow. Swing your right leg forward, knee on your left side. Yeah. Yep. So you're going to lay down on your backs. Mm-hmm. You're going to dig your heels into the ground like this. You're going to reach your arms forward and lift the upper shoulder blades up off the ground. Yep. The neck stays neutral. So you just look towards the sky. You're going to slide your left leg forward at an angle that works for you and your right leg forward at an angle that works for you. Then you're going to draw your hands to a prayer and reach up. So it's kind of a hollow hold. Neck stays neutral, lower back spreads. Lift a little higher. Separate your hands. Heel that right heel back down. So it's like a bending your knee. Left leg back down. Lift a little higher. There you go. Exhale the breath, let it go. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. So we're going to come up slow. So start by lifting the upper shoulder blades up, just like a Pilates roll up. Good. Then extend your right leg. Pick a height that you know works for you. Then extend your left leg. Then bring your hands to prayer and lift higher. Now, when you lift, you're lifting deep within your core, not your neck. Separate your hands. Lower the right heel. Lower the left heel. Lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Now scoot your feet in, lift your hips up, and set up for bridge. Yeah. Hello, Tuesday. We just take it on, okay? That's it. You're in bridge, a version of bridge. Some days bridge feels better with your feet super wide. Some days it feels better with your feet closer together or feet on blocks. Good. Exhale the breath, lower down unless you're on a block. You can stay. And we'll repeat for second set. Second set, you can do exactly what you just did, or you can go up into a full wheel if you're feeling that positive energy kind of going through your body, like I need to do more. A lot of us are just happy the way things are right now, and that's fine. So lift yourself up and find a bigger, greater back bend or keep it status quo. Nice. Exhale the breath, start to lower. If you're on a block, stay. Once your tailbone hits the ground, guys, I want you to slide that block underneath your low back and set up for supported back, supported shoulder stand. So pick a height for the block. Obviously, the higher it is, the more you're going to feel. And then one leg at a time, you can lift them up towards the sky. Yeah, if you can clasp your hands around that block, that's going to give you a little bit more of a shoulder opener if you need that. Start to bend the knees a little. Slowly bring the feet flush to the floor. Once the feet get down to the ground, you lift your hips up enough that you can remove the block. Your feet are the width of the mat. Let your knees knock in. There you go. So the feet are wide, the knees touch. Hands behind your head. Just drop your knees over to the right. Yeah, drop your knees a little to the right. Yes, it's like a windshield washer. And then come up to center and keep the same splay and drop your knees over to the left. Yes. So your left thigh is more up and your right thigh is more down on an angle, which is going to give you a psoas release. Yeah. You can always slide that foot onto the top of the thigh if you want more of a deeper stretch. Roll up to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them an even squeeze. And grab the outsides of your feet. Pull down the center for a happy baby. Rock a little right, lock a little left. And then squeeze in with one last kind of even hug. And slide into Shavasana, complete rest. Complete rest. So slide your legs out, put objects underneath your body to make it comfortable, things over your eyes. Yes. Exhale the breath, and just for the next 2 minutes, just allow yourself just to be really the best pose, the most challenging posture, but just enjoy. Take a big breath in. Take a complete exhale breath out. Arms up over the top of the head. If you're ready to re-enter, if you need more time, please just ignore me. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. And rock up any which way suits you for the finale, for the end of your practice. Sit up nice and tall and just feel. Feel the effects of the practice on your body, your mind, your spirit, your energy level. I mean, it's so great. Bring the hands to prayer. Bow your head for a moment. Have some gratitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. A big namaste. Way to get it done today. Terrific Tuesday. Lots of fun, guys. I will be here Friday. I'm here Friday. We'll see you then. Bye, Andy. Happy birthday. A day late.